I have a few things against you. You have some there who hold the teachings of Balaam, who taught Balak to put a stumbling block before the sons of Israel, so that they might eat food sacrificed to idols and practice sexual immorality. It is November 17th, and it's time for the reading of our devotional thought for today, entitled Trouble Within. And the verse today, Revelation chapter 2, verse 14, which reads, I have a few things against you. You have some there who hold the teachings of Balaam, who taught Balak to put a stumbling block before the sons of Israel, so that they might eat food sacrificed to idols and practice sexual immorality. That's Revelation chapter 2, verse 14. Alistair Begg writes, External pressure to conform is not the only danger to our faith that we face. The Church of Smyrna had been successful in resisting the lures of Satan and pluralism. Revelation chapter 2, verse 13. They had failed, however, to take care of their own internal problems. Despite the loyalty of some, these believers were guilty of tolerating a heresy that combined idolatry and sexual immorality. The reference to the teaching of Balaam here does not refer to some book or body of doctrine. Rather, it is intended to call to mind the activity of the false prophet Balaam in the Old Testament. He advised the Midianite women on how to seduce the Israelis and thereby infiltrate and cause destruction among God's people. And that's found in Numbers chapter 31, verse 16. One commentator noted that Balaam's clever idea was to break down Israel's power by an indirect attack on their immorality. Pagan food and pagan women were his powerful tools against the rigidity of the Mosaic law. Balaam therefore served as a prototype of all the corrupt leaders who follow his example, promoting an antinomian approach to life. Antinomianism is from the Greek anti, against, and nomos, law, against the law. It describes a libertine, lascivious way of thinking that sets aside all that the Bible has to say about holiness, purity, and the fear of the Lord being the beginning of wisdom. Psalms 111:10 and Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7 and 9 through 10. While some believers in Pergamos had fully embraced such teaching, others within the fellowship merely tolerated it. Yet, in following it, they were as culpable as the rest. John Scott writes that the risen Christ, the chief shepherd of the flock, was grieved both by the waywardness of the minority and by the nonchalance of the majority. In failing to act, they made it possible for heresy to spread to the great harm of God's people. And so, though the majority was commended by holding fast to their right belief, they were also rebuked by failing to deal seriously with those who were guilty of wrong behavior. If Satan cannot wreak havoc in a church as a result of external challenges, he will seek to do it by the insidious words of internal compromise. So be on guard. It will always be easy to find a spiritual guide who is more than willing to tell you that it's fine to indulge your desires and follow your heart. That is not true Christianity, which not only believes correctly, but also behaves properly, exalting Christ and promoting holiness. And it will be even easier to stay quiet rather than humbly challenging those in the church who are putting their desires above their holiness. So ask yourself, what stumbling blocks may have been placed in my own path of obedience? And what stumbling block may the Lord be calling me to help others identify? Our church's holiness, as well as our own, is to be our concern. And what a concern it truly should be. not only for our own purity, but for those around us, those who claim the beautiful name of Christ. It's our responsibility that we maintain our holiness individually, and that we point it out when the church or a group of people are drifting away from the fear of the Lord, the word of the Lord, and the ways of the Lord. May God by His Spirit give us wisdom, discernment, and power in Jesus' name. And those of you continuing reading through the Bible in a year, your assignment today is 1 Chronicles chapter 19, 20, and 21, as well as Luke's Gospel chapter 2, verses 22 through 52. Clive Walsh here. May the Lord richly bless you and give you a great day today.